Sam.
No. This has been painful to listen to and watch.
Well,
I mean,
because
it
we're
has been downright shameful. Some of the things that have been suggested on this platform. You know,
like apology, the apology to the
Please let him
watchman.
I won't go there. I mean, I'm not going to take moral lessons from a brothel when it comes to apologies for what I owe nobody an apology.
Wow.
I owe nobody absolutely an apology.
The
Back
vintage,
to the
understand
matter.
me?
Back to the matter.
Now, and like I said, I won't take moral lessons from a brothel. Now, the attempt by the NPP, and I'm very aware, I've seen their speaking notes for today, where they are trying to divert their attention from what it is and conversations about hundreds of people. Look, like you rightly pointed out, if it was one person who showed up, and I'm happy now you were on the ground yourself, you saw the crowd. I'm not even going to go and litigate that matter. But to say that the demo was an opportunity to be in the news, Paris, by God's grace, I don't need a demonstration to be in the news.
But you were in
If I cough on social media, it makes the news, by God's grace. So I'm not in that category like you who need to do things. So please, don't misconstrue that. And then to suggest that JM, Pius, I wrote when you were speaking, and I would urge you to write.
To me directly.
You
Pius,
made specific
please,
responses
let
and
him
mentioned
speak.
my name
Let
as
him
well.
speak. Let him
I
speak.
never commented.
Let him
I
speak.
wrote.
All right. Okay. Let's
So
go,
right.
Sam George.
Good. Now, he made references to GM and the speaker and said they never came. I mean, they never came out to accept or receive petitions. Well, the speaker sends both the majority and minority leader. Those are the leaders of the house. That's the category of people the speaker has sent when a petition was brought to him. When Occupy Ghana, when Esankuma and Ken Ofori-Atta did their Occupy Flagstaff House demonstration, it was the deputy chief of staff who came to receive Valerie Sawyer, who came to receive their petitions. So no, at no point in time did we send a security head or a watchman or access control officer to come in and receive a petition. You understand me? But look, to tell me that the NDC is playing the ostrich to global challenges, which have led to the Bank of Ghana crisis, is an insult to the intelligence of our viewers this morning. And it smacks of the arrogance of power and how disconnected from the reality these folks in the NPP are. You mentioned, he gives you 3 examples. He says the Bank of Australia, the UK government, central bank, Swiss National Bank, and quotes figures.
But there's more.
Let me ask you, which of those central banks has posted a negative equity? There's a difference between posting losses and having a negative equity. It's fine to post a loss because of borrowing or interventions. And for example, in the UK, businesses were giving up to £50,000 interest-free loans to keep them afloat. You didn't do that.
We did.
Oh, please.
We did.
Please.
Something we did.
You know, but you see,
But
the UK exchequer has not posted a negative equity. There's a big disparity. When a bank posts, the central bank posts a negative equity, it means it's insolvent. It means it cannot meet its obligations. The bank is broke. None of the banks he has mentioned as posting losses has posted a negative equity. You didn't just post a loss of 80 billion, you posted a negative equity of 55.1 billion. Now, that is where the problem is. Where the lender of last resort, that ought to be our shock absorber when our commercial banks fail, is now insolvent. That's the crisis we're in. So that's those statistics that have been given to you guys at your communication meeting, that you guys have been vomiting all over the place, it does not wash. We are not unintelligent. We know what it is. You get it? So don't come throwing those cock and bull statistics around. And now you read Section 30 of the Bank of Ghana Act as amended to him. Read the new insertion that was done. Subsection 7. It says where the total loans, advances, and purchases of treasury bills and securities made under the subsection hit 5%, the governor must notify the minister and parliament of the attainment of that limit. And the minister, upon notification, shall report to parliament on the remedial measures to be taken. Did you do that? You go and pull up a statement that was made by the finance minister to parliament after 10 billion had been given to the government in 2021. Not before. after 10 billion had been given, he came to make a statement. Now, when you need to get Parliament to vary that 5% threshold, what you do is you bring a motion, Parliament will debate the motion, and Parliament will approve it. He didn't do. He came to announce to us that he has done this. That is in itself informing Parliament that you have carried out an illegality does not legalize your illegality. I mean, what misbehavior is that? But you do that in 2021. In 2022, you then go and give 38 billion. That's one. When did he come to Parliament to tell Parliament anything? He gave 38. He went and took 38 billion from the bank without any. That one, he didn't even have the courtesy to even come and notify us as they claim they have done. Now, the MPP and Pius claim that the NDC is the reason why we are in the mess and that we are playing the ostrich. Those were his words. And that the NDC minority does not represent. You said to him, the NDC minority speaks for Ghanaians. He says, no, we're chasing our own political views. Look, you're seeking to come to Parliament, but I can tell you one thing. If there is any group of MPs who have held their fidelity to the people they represent, it is the current minority caucus. If there is any group in this country that we need to hold accountable, who actually should be kicked out of Parliament for lacking the integrity to carry through their words, it's the current majority, the people you seek to join, the 137. Now, did they not announce to this whole country that they wanted Ken to go, that Ken must go? Did the majority leader, Chairman Sambonsu, not come out and announce that it was a collective decision of the whole caucus? Did they not say that they were waiting for the IMF deal
to end,
to be done? Did we not present them an opportunity to walk their talk by bringing a motion for censure? Did they vote along the lines of the vote of censure based on what they had said they would do? No, they lack integrity. They are men of straw when it comes to integrity. They are men and women whose words you cannot take. If there is anybody who sits in that chamber, those hollow chambers, and pursues partisan political considerations, it is your members of Parliament, the majority side, who listen to the president and kowtowed under the pressure of the despotic presidents that we have and decided that they would not vote in line with the wishes of the Ghanaian people. And now the large majority of Ghanaian people said, Ken must go. Ken is there, and Ken will be there, and many of them will lose their primaries and go because they lack integrity. People would hold them accountable for it. But you see, now, let me tell you what. It's interesting when Pius says that central banks across the world all suffered. Pius, 196 countries in this world, 196 central banks. The Central Bank of Yemen, and now you know what's been going on in Yemen for over 7 years. Outright war, chaos in that country. The Central Bank of Somalia. Somalia is literally just Mogadishu, a 5-kilometer radius. The Central Bank of Syria. Syria is largely rubbles. It has become the playground and testing ground for Russia and America. All of these countries with their central banks managed their currencies. In fact, Ukraine, that has been decimated by bombings. All of these central banks in 2022 managed their currency better than Dr. Ernest Edison.
Simplistic.
The governor of the Bank of Ghana superintended over the worst performing currency. Look,
some of those governments don't even have an economy.
What did the head of the economic management team, Baumia, say? When the fundamentals of your economy is weak, the exchange rate will expose you. All of these countries that you even claim. And you see, even Pius, you see, when God wants to expose you, he makes you speak the truth to people without knowing it. When you said, just said, oh, wait, now, please. He spoke for long. Give me 2 minutes.
1 minute.
When Pius just said, some of those countries I've mentioned don't have an economy. No. Now, they don't even have an economy.
Yes.
Yet the fundamentals of their non-economy have supported their currencies.
What fundamental?
Oh, Pius.
Anyway, you go on.
I spoke about what your own Messiah that you claim, your whiskey, who has run away from the economy and now is now an IT guru boy. Look, what he is trying to do. Listen. He was sold to us as an economic whiskey now, and in managing the economy,
Arrogance.
in managing the economy, The exchange rate, he said, would expose whether the fundamentals are good. The countries you say don't have economies, their currencies did not depreciate against the US dollar as badly as we did. We had the worst depreciating currency in the whole world. Even Yemen's currency, Syria's currency, Somalia, Ukraine, their currencies did better than Edison the printer, who was overseeing and printing money.
Okay,
and you
Sam
see,
George,
now,
speak to the issues without a name calling. Okay, let's just speak to the issues.
well, I'm not calling anybody names.
Let's
I'm
just speak to the
describing
issues.
people.
No,
you see,
just speak to the
I'm using
issues.
adjectival clauses
Speak to
and
the issues.
adjectival phrases.
Speak to the issues.
I'm not calling people names.
Speak to the issues. But I'd like to ask you though.
And now, wait. Just one point.
Okay.
COVID, but for the sad loss of life, was actually a blessing to this government.
Why?
The government of Ghana received more money from COVID than they spent. We received over 20 billion in COVID support and COVID relief. So how much did you spend?
How much was spent?
Per the finance minister's calculation he brought, they spent about 17 billion. That is what the finance minister reported to Parliament, 17 billion. But receipts, and that is minus the ongoing revenue from the 1%, the COVID levy, minus that, just what they got was 20 billion. And look, now, if you really want to appreciate what we are talking about and how damaging these guys have been and why we are in this mess, we are in this mess not because of NDC or anybody. We are in this mess, yeah? We're in this mess.
We're wrapping it up.
Yes, we're in this mess because according to the Auditor General, not Sam George, the Auditor General of Ghana.
You have 1 minute.
Yes. The Ministry of Health paid 120.192 million Ghana cedis to UNICEF for the supply of COVID vaccines that didn't come. They went ahead to pay 81.8, there's an outstanding $81.8 million of Ghanaian money that has not been retrieved because nobody knows whether that money really went or it was passed under the bed or is hiding under another minister's bed. Nobody knows. This government spent 10.3 million Ghana cedis as premium for special life insurance for 100 frontline health workers without any life policy document. That's them. That is where the losses came. They spent $607,000 in 2022 for the supply of high-ace ambulances. 26 ambulances they claimed they were bringing at a total cost of $4 million. Ambulances, up till today. The ambulances were supposed to be delivered on the 15th of January 2022. Up till today, $4 million paid.
You've made your point, Sam George. You made your point. You made your point. I'd like us to end this discussion. So back to the petition and the reason you presented it. Your primary call for this demonstration and the presentation of the petition, which did not happen, was for the Bank of Ghana governor and his 2 deputies to step down. Should he come out to receive this petition when you next go there and does not subsequently resign or step down, what will be your next steps?
Don't worry, when we get there, we'll cross that bridge. There are several weapons in our arsenal. There are several tools at our disposal. And so we will go back again. He and his deputies must come and receive it. They must show respect to the people who pay their taxes, who pay their salaries. He pay him over 80,000 Ghana cedis in basic salary.
They must come out to receive
They must come out to receive it.
All right, Pius, your concluding remarks on this topic.
Yes, there's a report, and I'm sure you wanted to refer to it. But that report from the bank refers to the concessional lending and not the overall debt. And so in terms of indebtedness to the bank, I know, for instance, that Egypt is at some 12 billion. Ghana is at some 2.6 billion. We may not be the best, but we are not the worst. But I come to you with a positive attitude that we had challenges, but we had a government that was responsive. Check what was happening elsewhere. The death rate in terms of COVID. Look at the interventions that were made. Let us recall what investments this government made in the people of Ghana. Sam George talks about loans that were given to businesses in the UK. We are nowhere near the UK, but those loans were given here in Ghana.
In 2022?
No, I mean, during the period.
Yeah, they were given between 2019 and 2021.
No loan was given in 2019, 2020 and 2021.
2020 and 2021.
Yeah, absolutely. And we did that. So let us give credit where credit is due. Let us not be blind.
But we're talking about 2020.
But I'm saying that we are not working in silos. What happens in 2021 will spill over into 2022. And I'm saying that our capacity to raise revenues in 2022.
I hate to do this, but when the bank gives loans in 2021, it doesn't report it in 2022.
It's not about
it. Is debt in 2021.
I'm not talking about loans.
Conclude.
I am talking about what governments did in reaction to the situation, the global situation that we inherited. And we did it. We did it here in Ghana.
Finally, are you saying that from your own assertion, the way the governor of the Bank of Ghana and his deputies and the board and so on have managed our finances and managed things at the BoG?
They don't manage our finances.
Not our finances.
Yes.
Monetary policy.
Yes. They don't manage our finances.
But they manage monetary policy.
The way the governor and his deputies have managed our monetary policy, thank you, Sam George, has been in the best interest of our economy and the people of Ghana.
No, I have said to you that.
I just want you to say yes or no.
The same
yes
governor.
Or no. Just answer
no,
the
just
question.
so that you can understand me.
You've said
it was the same governor in 2017.
Do you think that it's been in the best interest
the same
of the
governor
people
in
of Ghana,
2018? It was the same governor in 2019. So it was only when COVID struck. And I'm suggesting to you that the challenges that we see now are not due to the incompetence or the sheer wickedness of the managers of the economy. Otherwise, it would have started way back in 2017.
So they've done
it was because of COVID. And COVID has dealt as a blow.
The governor of the Bank of Togo.
They've done
Sam George,
they've done a yeoman's
you
job.
Want to compare Ghana to Togo?
Pius,
they've done better.
Our situation is better. Please.
You've concluded.
Please.
You've concluded.
Please. Please.
It's your second home. That's why I used Togo.
All right. So
they've done better.
They've
done better.
You are the chief of mischief.
You are happy. You are happy with how things have been run.
No, that's what. Look now. Even the president.
We don't have a lot of time. I'd like us to move on to our next.
But the fact of the matter is that the people of Ghana see that even in spite of these challenges, and that's why Mr. Mahama said in Harvard that he feels lucky that COVID didn't happen during his tenure. Because when even cholera happened in Accra, over 200 people died, just in Accra, under their watch. That's why he said he feels lucky that COVID didn't happen when he was president. So that's an admission of the government of the situation. And under the circumstances, we have done it. There was no Ebola in Ghana. There was no Ebola.
He led the protection and fight against Ebola.
There was no Ebola. Was not a pandemic.
Thanks to the proactive steps taken by the government.
That's all time will allow us.
That's a lie.
That's all time will allow us. Thank you so much, Pius Enam Hajide. He and Sam George have been our guests today on the big issue. I wanted us to talk about it, but you gentlemen kept going on, and we have consumed all of the time. But okay, can we have some? Let me talk. Okay, relax, breathe. Great. So because you want to talk about it so passionately, and all Ghanaians actually want to talk about it, I'm going to allow you 1 minute each to say what you'd like to say on this matter. So you know that the cost of dialysis went up from 380 to 765, and there's been a lot of back and forth. You know, the CEO says this person says that, but basically,
let me make it easy for you, and let me settle Sam George. As we speak, the cost of dialysis that rose to 700 and something, as you said,
65
is 300 and something as we speak.
Yeah.
Responsibility and responsiveness of a government that cares, a government that listens. At the end of the day, health and its management under this administration is unmatched and really and truly unprecedented. Check the drugs list of the National Health Insurance, expanded hugely under this administration. Mental health under consideration to be onboarded. 111 hospitals, never before, at the same time.
Have you been to Kolebu in recent times?
In the history, of our country. The NDC will speak to some renovation of Ridge Hospital.
Number one referral hospital.
And then they will talk about, and I'll come to that, and then they will talk about the Bank of Ghana, and now they will claim that John Mahama built the Bank of Ghana hospital. John Mahama did not.
All right, it's okay. Thank you. Sam George, on dialysis.
It's a sad situation. It is untenable in this country. And now, even 385 Ghana cedis, I tell you, many Ghanaians cannot afford it.
Yeah.
Many Ghanaians are unable even at 385 Ghana cedis. Let me use this platform, and I'm sure that's the camera, to appeal to President Mahama. Sir, I have utmost trust that you'll be our president from 2025. Kindly consider directing the National Health Insurance within the first 100 days when you become president to add the treatment of dialysis as one of the treatments covered under the National Health Insurance. It's the only way we can give the people of this country succor. I don't understand why dialysis is not covered by our health insurance scheme. Mr. President, I trust you, the Ghanaian people will give you that opportunity. Do this for them. Until he becomes president in 2025, I can only hope that this government will show some sense of humanity and do something about the state of treatment in Kolebu. Because even those who have the money, the equipments are not there. At times you go there, the regents are not there. That is a problem. And the last point I'll make is to the young people of our country. Many young people are reporting with dialysis. We need to check our lifestyles, because kidney failure is based on lifestyle.
Some of it.
Young people, some of it.
Yeah.
Young people of our country, I beg you, let's check our lifestyle.
All right, thank you so much.
It's a sad thing that's happening at Kolebu.
Thank you, Sam George.
Very sad.
On the big issue today, I've been talking to Pius Enam Hajide, he's the CEO of the National Youth Authority, and the Member of Parliament for Ningo Pampram, Sam George. You're watching TV3 New Day. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.